Caltrans in San Jose have finally reached an agreement on a plan to build a group of tiny homes. The city will finally begin construction on 40 small homes on Caltrans property next to Highway 101 off Felipe Avenue. It's one of two tiny home sites being built in San Jose. Devin Fehely is at another site next to the new Berryessa BART station that's even closer to completion. Devin?
The city of San Jose is just weeks away now from opening its first ever tiny home community. It's doing that right in the middle of a neighborhood that's undergoing a renaissance at the moment, reinventing itself as it builds new homes and stores around the brand new BART station. In the shadow of the new BART station, a first of its kind community is taking shape. Tiny homes for the homeless.
I think it could bring a lot of problems because of the environment, the neighborhood situation, as far as business too. It might be better off to maybe have it in another location.
The tiny home community is part of the city's response to the growing crisis of homelessness. They've tried to work with neighbors to address concerns about noise, trash, or substance abuse issues, but there are lingering concerns. You spent hundreds of millions of dollars to build a brand new BART station, and you're putting a homeless encampment at the front door.
We're putting homeless housing at this site. These are people just like me, just like you, who have an ability to be self-sufficient on their own. They have an ability to work, but maybe they've just fallen on a hard time.
San Jose's Berryessa neighborhood is enjoying a building boom spurred by the construction of the new BART station. Homeless advocates say opponents should realize that homeless men and women are already living amongst them.
It's people misunderstanding the homeless, saying not in my backyard, you know, the city and the county kicking the can down the road, as it were, and the homeless literally having no place.
To underscore his point, Pastor Wagers took us on a tour of a sprawling homeless encampment less than a mile away from the planned tiny home community, where makeshift homes straddle the Guadalupe River and people live in squalor, struggling just to survive.
It's kind of hard. If I could be moved somewhere where that's not going to happen, and I can rest my head and not worry about my things outside. But that's everywhere.
The tiny homes are meant as temporary housing, a ladder out of homelessness and eventually into a permanent home. The city says that most people living in the tiny home community are expected to stay there 3 or 4 months before being placed in permanent housing. In San Jose, Devin Fehely, KPIX 5.